yesterday I was scrolling on Instagram, good old Instagram scrolling at late night, and I got a personalized ad, an ad from a Japanese fashion brand, which I'm not gonna name here because I don't want to sponsor them. Yes, I'm me sponsoring them. You heard that right. No, here is a top that I saw. Look how pretty it is. It is so summer vibes. Let's dance the night away to do. The most beautiful summer top, like a halter top with like frills in the front. And I was like, should I buy it? And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna support this, this fast fashion brand that I just got recommended on Instagram ads. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not to be influenced. Anytime soon, I won't. Because I don't want to spend money on a fast fashion blouse which is made from 100% polyester. So no, I'm not gonna do that. Why not recreate the top myself? Because I'm a sewist girly. Sometimes I forget I can actually make the clothes that I want. Thing is, do I want to pay 25 euros for a pattern that will probably not fit me 100% right? No, I don't. So I'm gonna make it myself. And yeah, I'm gonna draft the pattern myself, and I'm gonna give you instructions on how you can do it as well. Yes, that's the best part. I think everybody can make this top. It's really easy if you follow my instructions. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. Let's get into the video because I've been talking way too long. So first off, I made my personal bodice block. I just followed a certain YouTube tutorial to make my own. I will link the one I used in the description below. Just make your own bodice block. It's really easy. It's really simple. I did it. I will show you how to use your original bodice block to make the actual pattern pieces for this halter top. What I did to make the front pattern piece was I took my basic bodice block and I basically drew a line from the neck hole down to the armhole to make this halter shape. Aside from that, I rotated the bust dart to here. So I rotated the bust dart from here to here because I didn't want it to be at this point. I wanted this side of the top to be slick, so I just rotated the dart to here. Also, if you have questions on how to rotate this bust dart, I will link a video in the description below. And then what else I did was, first I measured how long I wanted the top to be, and then I drew how wide I wanted it to be, and then I just connected these points, the armhole and my desired width, and this gave me this A-shape pattern piece. I don't know if it's clear. If there's any questions, please let me know. This is my first time explaining this and it's quite difficult. Also, for your interest, my blouse width would be 100 centimeter plus seam allowance. The length is about 55 centimeters plus seam allowance. This is my original bodice block, and this is the pattern piece I made. So essentially, it's really simple what I did actually. I just drew a straight line from the armhole down here, and then I just folded it over. Here, and then I just did the same thing as the front pattern. Basically, I just drew a line 25 centimeters because I want my top to be 100 centimeters wide. So I drew 25 centimeters and I just connected this point and the armhole to get this A shape. So this is a neckband. I just measured my neck circumference, and then you just add 50 centimeters or however long you want the ties to be able to like tie it in the back. For me personally, I chose 5 centimeters so that when I fold it in half, it's about 2 centimeters or so. I wanted a rather slim neckband, but you can choose your own width depending on how wide you want the neck piece to be. I widened it a bit so that it becomes a prettier bow. This is optional. I mean, you can also just do it straight. I wanted a bit wider bow at the end, so I just widened it a bit, but this is, I don't know if this is correct or not, but this is just something I added at the end because I liked the look of it. This thingy is the pattern for the frills at the front. I did not know how to do this, so I actually followed another YouTube tutorial for this. I will link it in the description below, and I really learned a lot from that video, so I recommend it. Now I'm able to make it for myself. I don't have to watch the video anymore, and I learned a new skill, which is making frills. Yes, so please watch that video and make your own frills. Me personally, I chose for the width of the frills, I chose for, let's see, because I don't remember, 10 centimeters. So my my frills are 10 centimeter wide. And as for the length of the frills, I'm going to do 2 long ones and then on the sides 2 short ones. I'm going to cut 2 lengths, 40 centimeter twice and twice 30 centimeter. So I have 2 pieces of 40 centimeter and 2 pieces of 30 centimeters, and those will be my frills. I'm also going to do a rolled hem on my serger to finish the edges on the whole piece, and then I'm just going to attach it in the front, but I'll show you later how to do that. Okay, so I just pinned all the pattern pieces down, and now just all that's left is cutting. Make sure to add 1 centimeter seam allowance. Don't forget that, because your girl tends to forget. So this is a reminder for myself as well. Before cutting, add seam allowance. These are the pattern pieces. So you need 1 front bodice piece out of the main fabric and 1 out of the lining. The back part, you need 1 out of the main fabric and 1 out of the lining. For the neckband, you need just 1 unfold of the main fabric. And as for the ruffles, you also need just 4 ruffles. So 2 of 40 centimeters and 2 of 30 centimeters. Okay, right now all the pattern pieces are cut out, so let's get to sewing. So now I'm doing the rolled hem. For my machine, I just put the thread that goes in the needle. I used woolly thread, and it's on 6. The upper looper is on 2 and the lower looper is on 6. And the stitch length I did 1, and that's about it, I think. So yeah, I had some issues with the lower looper, but I think I solved it. So just make a rolled hem on all the sides of the frill, on the 4 pieces of frill, and I'll see you later. So just making a rolled hem right now, pretty easy. So next up I will be sewing the bust darts. So I will be doing this for the lining as well as the main fabric. So just sew across this line to create the bust dart. And a tip is to sew with like normal stitch length up until this point or something, and then gradually decrease stitch length so it becomes really tiny and like invisible almost, and then just sew off this line, and then the bust dart will be flat, hopefully. So this is what the dart will be looking like. Please like iron it, so that like iron it face down, yes, to make it more flat. But this is essentially what it's going to look like, and do the same thing for the main fabric. After you've sewn the bust darts, the next step would be to attach the frills, because it's easiest to do it at this step. So basically what I did is I'm gonna attach 3 frills. I decided on 3 frills, and I think I'm going to attach them, 1 in the middle. So I just measured the middle and like put some pins there. I'm gonna make my first frill 37 centimeters, so all the way up here, and then the other 2 frills I will make 10 centimeters shorter, so these 2 will be 27 centimeters long, and I'm gonna place them 3 centimeters from the middle frill, so on the side, and I think that will come out nicely. As for how I'm going to attach the frill, so basically I'm just gonna put it on the line, like fit it, And then I'm going to sew really closely to the edge of the rolled hem we just did. So I think I'm going to, if you can see it, I'm going to like so right here, and I hope that will work. Actually, it's the first time for me to do this as well, so it will be trial and error. If it's not good, I'm just gonna unpick it and show you this the proper way to do it. But I think I'm gonna do it like this. As for the direction, I'm just gonna wing it, basically. I was also thinking of maybe doing 2 big frills in the middle so that it's symmetrical. But yeah, I don't know, how about that? Well, I'll keep you posted. Peace out. Talk to you in 2 seconds. Okay, so after lots of thinking, aka 3 days of procrastinating, because I didn't know how to do it and I didn't want to mess it up, I just decided that I'm just gonna sew it down. I'm gonna sew the frills down like this, and it's not perfect by any means. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know the way, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So you can do it like this, or if you have better brains, you can figure out another way to do it. But basically just attach the frills to the front. How I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna sew right alongside this rolled hem, and I'm gonna do it really close to the edge. So I'm gonna add these 2 side frills like this, and then the main frill. What I'm gonna do with that is I'm going to give it a bit more volume, I'm gonna add it into the middle of the top, and I'm gonna first sew it right sides together along the side of the rolled hem, and then I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna do another top stitch, because I think it's gonna give nice little volume, at least I hope. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so the first 2 frills are attached. As you can see, I like sewed it really close to the edge, all the way down. Yes, that's basically the first 2 frills. Now the second frill. So I decided to add another one in the middle. So I added 4 ones. So to make it more symmetrical, I don't know what I was thinking. Of course it would be asymmetrical if I would only have 1 in the front. But anyway, yeah, so I decided upon this, and it looks like a cute little butterfly. It's so cute. So the next step is the neckband. So basically we're gonna fold it double, right sides together. Just gonna sew all around, but we're gonna leave, so we're gonna mark the middle, the center front of this neckband, and we're gonna leave open about 30 centimeters or so we can insert the front piece later. But for now, just leave open the middle part, but sew the ends of the bow. Can take the air I'm breathing. So right now I finished sewing, and I left open this middle part so I can attach it to the front bodice piece. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna iron this, and then I'm gonna top stitch around the seam. So now, as you can see, I top stitched the whole of the neckband. The next step will be to attach the back part of the main bodice together at the sides, the side seams. Taking the back piece and putting it right sides together, and then sewing along the side seams. So I'm going to use my overlocker, my serger, and then just sew the side seams and finish them as well. And doing the same for the lining. Okay, so now I sewed the side seams, both side seams. So the next step is attaching the lining and the bodice to each other. So how we do that is we have the lining and the main piece. So we're going to sew them right sides together, right along the armhole, and then at the back we just continue sewing all down to the back. Then we'll have nicely finished then we have nicely finished armholes. Yes, okay, that's what I wanted to say. Yes, so let's get to it. Okay, so I just pinned everything down. So I pinned the lining and the main bodice right sides together, and I'm gonna sew not around the neck hole, no, not around the neck hole, but around the armhole, and then all the way down to the back, all around the back, up to to the front, and I'm leaving this part open just because I think it's better to leave it open. Yes, you'll see why later. So please make sure it's right sides together, and then just sew with a straight stitch. No need to finish the edge, because you're not going to see it. It's a lining. So okay, let's go. So what I'm doing now is stop stitching to make the lining really pretty and flat. So you just sew the seam allowance. You see it through this fabric, the seam allowance. You just sew it to the lining, really close to the edge, and then you will get like this kind of seam, and it makes the lining lie really flat against the back, so you don't see it from the front. Yes, so please do some top stitching all around, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now we have this beautiful sleek finish. If yours looks like this, then you're doing it right. We're on the right track. We're almost finished. So now we have to iron. So just iron the lining down so that it's sleek. And when we're finished with that, we are gonna attach the neckband. Okay, so let's get to ironing, bitches. Whee! Okay, so next up, we just find the middle, the center of our neckband, and then we align it with the center of our neck part. So just the center here, and the center of our neckband, and then just align it so that everything's nice and centrated. Centrated? Is that an English word? I don't know. Anyways, so just pin it down, and I'll show you how it looks when it pins down. Okay, so if you did everything correctly in the previous step, then you have this open space in the neckband, and we just align the center front of the neck, the center front of the bodice piece, and the center of the neckband, and we just align it, and then we'll sew 1 centimeter along the sides with right sides together. Okay, so just like this, I pinned it down, and now I'm gonna sew a straight stitch all around the neckline. Okay, so I've stitched it down, and now all we have left to do is fold the other part of the neckband over that one. Okay, so I just pinned it down, and just you can see better like this. Just sew along this line, like really close, just underneath the neckband, really close to the edge, so that we don't really see the stitching line. Actually, upon second thought, I decided to sew on top of the neckband, because otherwise it will be like floppy and like wobbly, I think, because it has no stitching on the neckband itself. So I decided to just sew on top of the neckband like this, if you can see it in the back. The neckband is finished, and all that's left to do is insert the elastic at the back. So at the back, I'm sewing a 1 centimeter wide channel so that I can feed the elastic through. So I'm just sewing that through both the lining and the main fabric. So just from one seam allowance to the other, of course not at the front, just at the back. I'm using 1 centimeter wide elastic, so I need a 1 centimeter wide channel. But if you want to use smaller elastic or wider elastic, then you of course have to widen or shorten, minimize your channel. Yes. Okay, so I just sewed this channel all around the back side. So now I'm going to feed in the elastic. So I just inserted the elastic. This is what it looks like. To fasten the elastic, I will be sewing right in the side seam, as well as right here, just to reinforce it. And I'll do the same at the other side. So one here and 1.5 centimeter from the seam allowance. Yes, so this is what I meant by tacking, just like this. This is what it looks like at the outside. You don't really notice it, but it's really tight and secure now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hem both the lining and the main fabric by folding it in 1 centimeter and then 2 centimeter, and then just sewing. Yes, sewing along this edge. And then we'll be finished. So last step. Hemming is always annoying, but yeah, it's got to be done, so let's go. Okay, so with this, everything is complete. Do make sure that the lining is a little bit shorter than the main fabric so you don't see it when you wear it. But actually it's finished, so let's see the final result. Yes, this is basically how you make this top. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really excited because this is my first sewing tutorial. I actually don't know myself what I'm doing, but I hope this was clear, and I hope you were able to create your own summer top. If you did, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see how you did it and what yours looks like. Like, it would be great to see that somebody actually watched this video and actually tried it for themselves. That would make me so happy. So yeah, thank you for watching. And maybe if this video has been watched by more than 10 people, I would make another tutorial, yeah, with maybe another Instagram ad, or maybe my Pinterest board, because I have many things on my Pinterest board that I would love to sew. Like, I have like a map that says to sew, but didn't sew one single bit of that. So maybe maybe if yeah, if you like this video, maybe I will make another tutorial. Yes. Anyways, if you are still here, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.